Hey, what's up guys, 𝐋𝐢𝐤𝐞 here, and welcome to episode 13 of Scaling to Glory, where in today's episode, we are going to be showcasing you guys the highlights of the recent FUT Champions run we did. And yeah, as you do know, in the previous episode, we showed you guys some playoffs action, as well as some Division Rivals gameplay. So in case you missed out that episode, check it out, top of the corner, and also at the end of the video. So yeah, in the previous episode, I showed you guys the new team, and yeah, I was confident to play Weekend League with this squad. Again, I did play the games on a Sunday afternoon / Sunday night. That's when I started playing, and that's also basically when I started playing the playoffs, which is something I actually really like about FUT Champions this year, is that you can basically decide whenever you want to play either the playoffs or the Weekend League, throughout the whole weekend, of course, that is. Because I remember from last year and also from the year before, you only had a limited time till like Saturday 8 a.m. And yeah, if you, for example, were away on those days and you got home on Sunday and you wanted to play some Weekend League, you weren't able to because you didn't register in time. So yeah, I really like that that kind of thing for FIFA 22. But you can see in the background, we start off not amazing, not the most amazing way in the first game of our FUT Champions run. We had to go to a penalty shootout, and yeah, unfortunately, we ended up losing. Really weird thing happened as well, I think, with like the third penalty of my opponent, where I went to the side with 𝐋𝐢𝐤𝐤 𝐒𝐿, but he didn't do the save animation, which was really strange. So yeah, unfortunately, ended up losing the first game, and into the next game we went. Started off there with a good save from 𝐋𝐤𝐤 𝐒𝐿. And then in the 19th minute, it is the Depay on the ball after some clumsy stuff. We picked the ball up with Rashford, who puts it wide for an open net. I've had that a few times already, also with Memphis Depay, where the player is basically in a 100% goal scoring opportunity, and he just puts it wide. Really strange. Then very similar situation happened where my opponent again got himself a chance, gets saved, and then from the rebound it is Benzema on the volley who makes it 1-1. Then we have the ball with Marcus Rashford. Plays it out really nicely there with Wijnaldum, but then finds the back of the net after a nice 1-2, where we do make it 2-1 in our favor. And then in the 82nd minute, from a short corner, lovely back heel there from Memphis to Rashford, where we go on a little skill run here with Rashford. And you do notice as well is that actually not using the sprint button at all, which is something I kind of noticed this weekend. Especially when doing skill moves, it's something that is really useful and a little bit of a game changer as well, not to hold the sprint button every single time you are on the attack or when you're skilling, basically. So maybe a little tip for you guys as well, if you like skilling. So next game we came up against that player of the month 𝐻𝐻𝐻 from the Bundesliga, and yeah, we started off again a chance with Memphis Depay. Then we have the ball with Di Maria there on the right hand side. Fake Rabona to a double touch spin, pass it off to Rashford, to then pass it off to Memphis. First time shot, and we shoot it into the back of the net, making it 1-0 in this game. And yeah, really nice kind of play there from Di Maria. Very old skill move as well. I think it got introduced in FIFA 14. And yeah, still one of my go-to skill moves, especially if you pull off the fake Rabona in a way where your player is having his back towards kind of the box, basically. The stuff where you need to kind of run into. It's such an effective skill. Speaking of effective skill moves, this body feint as well with 𝐻𝐠man, which I think got introduced either last year or the year before. I think last year, actually. Such a good skill move. I remember a few episodes ago as well, we scored a really nice goal with Phil Foden, where we pulled off that body feint like 3 times in a row. And yeah, it's such a good skill. So I think I might make a tutorial on it soon as well. And yeah, in this game, after 9 minutes or so, my opponent ended up leaving. He didn't try to attempt the no loss glitch, even though it wasn't working anymore at the time. He just decided to press start and leave. Then into the next game we go. We came up against a good opponent as well. Lovely little elastico between my defenders. Passed it off to Rashford. Makes it 1-0. Then again, elastico. This guy was not one of those sweaty players, but he was a little bit of a skill player as well. I decided to leave the game though, because I knew I just didn't stand a chance against him, as I think like in the first couple of minutes of the game, he already created a lot of chances. So we ended up leaving that game. Then in the next game we went in the 19th minute, a chance there with Di Maria. Lovely auto block, but then a minute later, from the corner, it is Di Maria with the header. who heads it in and gives us the lead nonetheless after we missed that first attempt with him. Then 27th minute, again we made good use there of the body feint. Good save there from its keeper though. But then we set some pressure immediately with our midfielder 𝐋𝐢𝐤𝐤 𝐿. We picked the ball up there with Rashford, ball roll to Ronaldo chop, and then look at this lovely little like directional nutmeg to the side. Pass it off to, I think, Di Maria it is, and we smashed it home. Gets his second goal of the game, but look at this skill move. Unfortunately, we didn't pad him, but we sort of bridged him in a really cool way. And yeah, lovely goal there. Di Maria on his weaker foot taps it in. And then I think like a couple minutes later, my opponent decided to press start and also leave early. So another 4 points to our streak. Then we came against a guy who was rocking the wants to watch 𝐷𝐵𝐲𝐷. And also in this game, we started off beautifully with Rashford. Again, made good use of the directional nutmeg. This time we did it backwards. And we completely made a fool of Alphonso Davies. And yeah, just an amazing goal. Amazing skill move as well. And yeah, awesome way to shoot it into the back of the net too. Even though Donnarumma looked a little bit suspicious there. Not too sure what that save was. Then the 17th minute, again, made good use of the new directional nutmeg. Again, if you haven't tried out that skill move, I highly recommend it. I've shown it off multiple times already in Skilling to Glory. And yeah, it's definitely one of my go-to skill moves. So if you haven't seen the tutorial yet, be sure to do so. There should be a link to the playlist of all the skills tutorials I've uploaded so far in the description down below. So be sure to check it out. So yeah, in this game, we ended up actually being 2-1 down. But then in the 72nd minute, after the through ball there to Marcus Rashford, I was a little bit afraid he was going to kind of screw it up with a bad first touch, but we ended up making it 2-2. And then like 3 minutes later, he missed an absolute sitter, and that's what I meant earlier in the episode as well. Like sometimes my attackers just seem to miss those sitters, and I think it has something to do with composure. But then again, he shoots in basically goals very easily from the same angle, so it was a bit weird. But anyway, ended up winning the game 3-2, so another 4 points to our streak. Meanwhile, we actually unlocked a mega pack where we also progressed to a new level, and yeah, I think we're actually really nicely on our way to level 30. Meanwhile, we pack once again Carlos Vela. I mentioned it in the previous episode, and he pops up again. But yeah, feel free to let me know in the comments down below what level you guys are at actually. Because I remember from last year, from the first season, I missed on like 500 experience points or something for level 30. So I'm going to try to do my best to not make that happen or not let that happen for this year. But yeah, even though the players aren't amazing and probably won't make it in the squad, it's always nice having one of those seasonal players for maybe potential fodder or something. Anyway, in this game, we ended up getting a very easy penalty there where we shoot it home there with Memphis Depay. Then minutes later, we boot the ball forward, I think there with Di Maria. Pass it off to Rashford, who then cuts in with the McGeady spin, makes a fool of 2 defenders. I think 𝐾𝐤𝐤 there and Fabinho. And we made it 3-0 in the 45th minute, meaning we once again get another win as my opponent decided to leave early. Then in the next game we came against someone who was rocking that in-form Memphis Depay. And we started off nicely there with Di Maria. Some great skill moves where we then cut in again with the directional nutmeg. Chip it over to Rashford, who then heads it in. And I was really surprised that this header actually went into the back of the net. And yeah, my opponent thought, you know, he just ended up leaving really early on. It was like the first big chance as well. So it was a bit random. But we were sitting on 30 points, meaning we only needed 4 more points, basically another win. Which is what we basically got gifted by someone who was working a bronze team. So yeah, we were at the time on 34 points and we had 10 games remaining, meaning we already secured rank 3. Because if we just would lose 10 games in a row, we would get rank 3 secured. Now, since we had 10 games left, I thought, you know, maybe try to reach rank 2. Looking at the rewards as well, I believe you would get an additional mega pack as well as an extra player pick and also probably some more coins. I actually decided not to do that though, or at least I decided to play the first 2 games normally, but I decided to basically leave as soon as I would concede a goal, which was the case. I conceded the 1-0 2 times in a row. So yeah, I decided to just leave those games and then simply give the other people basically free wins of the remaining games that we had. So then we had our player picks. They haven't been amazing so far. First of all, we have Valencia. And then in our second pick, we did get Romero, which could be a decent player for potential Premier League stuff. But I highly doubt we ever will make a team which includes him. So then it was time for our 100k pack, which to be fair was a little bit disappointing too. We got an 85 rated Bonucci. But sitting behind that, we actually got a very nice player in Ousmane Dembele. And it was a bit typical because I was looking at my coins right before I opened this 100k pack. And it said 66k, and it was basically enough to afford him. And I was already kind of thinking of purchasing him. So it was just the perfect kind of player to pop up in the pack. So yeah, not complaining whatsoever. And then in our 3 Team of the Week pack, our guaranteed Team of the Week pack, we didn't get anything amazing either. We got Woolai there from Espanyol as the best player. Also 𝐻𝐤𝐤𝐞 and a tradable duplicate Tapsoba. I decided to just quick sell them just to take the coins because I think at this stage we definitely could use the coins. You can see as well in the top left we have 360k. That's because I decided to sell once again some players from our squad. Traoré, Pogba and Rashford. I did talk about it briefly in the previous episode, saying that these players were dropping. And I think right now Rashford is going for 75k, which is kind of crazy. Considering I sold him on, I think Sunday for 95k. But anyway, this is what the team looks like. Again, we have Traoré in the squad. That's because I actually got him as a untradeable from a gold upgrade pack. So yeah, we put him in the squad and sold the one that we of course picked up. We have Ousmane Dembele in the squad as well as the right winger. Also, Frankie de Jong is going to be in the team. I decided to use him instead of the Paul Pogba we used to have. And as the left winger, I'm thinking of maybe getting Vinicius Jr. I'm even thinking of maybe getting the inform, but more than 300k for an 83 rated inform is just way too much. So I'm a little bit unsure. I might try the regular first to see what that one plays like. And I was also thinking of maybe picking up Arnaud Danjuma, which got himself the road to the knockouts. Looks very good. Of course, gets a strong link to the pie, so he might be a player I'm looking to purchase. And yeah, we'll see how that goes in the upcoming days, because at the moment he's still quite expensive. I was also maybe thinking of getting rid of Griezmann, even though I really like him. I might put in João Felix, because I just really love João Felix, and I would love to see him getting a special card soon. So I really hope that's the case. Then we went back out again, showed you guys the coin total, which we were sitting on almost 360k. And yeah, at the time there was also this SBC going around, Nabil Fekir, which the other day actually got himself an upgrade to his dribbling from 88 to 89. So he could be a player I could be replacing Griezmann with as well. But then again, if I do so, then, you know, I will be submitting players and also coins in an SBC, which I'll never be able to basically get back. So there's that as well. I heard a lot of good things though about Fekir, so that's also one of the reasons. But we also completed an SBC, Symphony of the Goals or something, where we got Robin Gosens as the best player. Not the most amazing players, but again, just decent for fodder. But anyway, guys, that is where we're going to be ending off the video. Please let me know in the comments down below how your weekend league went and what your player picks were. And that's basically the end. Hopefully you enjoyed it as always. Make sure to drop a like, subscribe as well if you haven't already. Hit the notifications for more videos. And that's the end. I'd like to thank you all very much for watching. And I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.